What do you want out of life? What do you want to be? When people ask you about who you are, what qualities do you possess, what do you tell them? I met and talked with a lot of people, and it's interesting to see what they aspire to be. A businessman, a writer, an artist, a programmer, a professional sports player, a musician, a fashion designer, a ninja. The list can go as far as our imaginations go, so what's stopping you? If you're willing to invest the time and energy, there's a basic outline you can follow to achieve any skill. First step when becoming anything is to understand the basics of what it means to be that thing. The second step is to do those things. A third step, find people who are actively doing that thing. Talk about it, build bonds, and learn from them. I know, it seems too simple, right? If it were that easy, everyone would do it. The truth is, it is that simple. Everyone's situation is different, everyone's path to the goal is different, but those things won't change. Think about that for a second. You and a complete stranger have the same goals in mind, but take completely different paths to get there. The obstacles you face will be completely different from the obstacles someone else faces, but the basic schematics for everyone is pretty much the same. So, what are you trying to become? This is the most important step you can take in your journey. The first one, defining what your main goal is going to be, will ultimately decide what your activities are going to be to achieve this objective. A writer and a professional sports player will be doing very different activities, while a ninja and a professional sports player may be doing similar activities but with different objectives in mind. Doing push-ups won't do much in the realm of writing, and perfecting your written communication and handwriting will only be beneficial to you as a professional sports player if you become famous enough to sign autographs and write an autobiography. At that point, I'm sure you'd hire someone else to do it, as most of your energy would be dedicated to improving your craft. Finding out the basics, any skill is at the tip of your fingertips right now. A simple web search will bring you to a wealth of information that generations before us never had. You can type, what are good business practices? What are project management skills? What makes a good leader? Learn C++ for free. Free writing blog websites. How do I write and publish a book? Finding multiple sources of information is important though. You want to be able to cross-check the information and make sure what you received is accurate. Also, having someone repeat the same information to you with different rhetoric can help improve your understanding of this craft. Okay, so you set your goal. You know the basics and the bare minimum of what it takes to be what you aspire to be. Time to put in some footwork. Start doing those things. The difference between someone who is a writer and someone who isn't a writer is that a writer writes things. Write a story. Write a book, a poem. Learn what audience you're writing for. Understand technical writing skills and apply them. If you want to be an artist, make art. You can't be a professional basketball player if you've never played basketball before. You need to actively be doing these things. You're a musician. What songs have you written recently? What is your process? How can you improve that process? Take these things and share them with the world. If someone gives you feedback, use it to improve. If someone loves it, bask in the glory of your creation, but only for a moment, then continue to improve your skill and move forward. If you want to become something, you have to take the needed steps. Sure, we can simply declare, oh, I'm a ninja. But if you don't understand the philosophy behind it, the lifestyle and the principles of it, and you're not able to display the skills of a ninja, then even someone with minimal knowledge will be able to quickly pick you out as a fool. And finally, build bonds with people that have the same interests. Find out what their methods were, their practices, their strengths and weaknesses, obstacles that they encountered while learning this craft. In music, there are tons of genres and subgenres. If you like rock and roll, you can still learn a lot from someone who makes hip hop music. If you want to make a sculpture art, you can discuss creative process with a painter or even a web art designer. The more you expand your horizons, the more tools you'll have at your disposal and the more flexible you'll become in any given situation. Ultimately, the more successful you will be in this field. You can even find communities interested in what you aspire to be and ask them questions. It's like, what did you do to become this thing? As a fellow aspiring thing, what are you doing to develop your skills? What are you doing to distinguish yourself from the rest of the people who are doing this exact same thing? If this is a skill that you're pursuing professionally, then how did you apply this to your resume? For sports or being a musician, then you want to find out where you need to go to get your foot into the door. Sometimes you got to ask yourself, is that even what you want? Sometimes you don't want this as a career, you just want it as a hobby to kind of fulfill your time. Personally, I love making music, but I think I'd lose my mind if I ever tried to do it professionally. I'll be honest. This is a simplified version of everything that you're going to need to do to achieve your goals and dreams, but it will get you started on the right trail. Every skill requires something different. As for me, my highest aspiration is to help people. I always try to leave people better than what they were whenever I first met them. This coming year, I'm going to be working with some friends on a podcast called Hopefully This Helps. It's the start of a new year. A lot of people want to make changes and turn around their life. Even if we don't know you, we want to help do everything that we can to motivate and encourage you to make these changes and be successful in your life. I'll be posting as often as I can here personally, and I'll be doing a podcast with my friends in hopes of reaching as many people as possible in the coming year. I hope to be a part of your coming success. Merry part and blessed be. Hopefully this helps.